YouTube found a community, the Ghouls fans, random people on the internet. My name is Giggens, and we are here today to chat about the Ghouls' one and only album, Dracula's Deuce. This is Gary Usher, by the way. In 1964, Gary Usher, studio wizard, Brian Wilson collaborator, amazing musician on his own right, decided to capitalize on the novelty record market, which will always be the best way to try to bring in some good money, but knowing Gary, his talents are almost too good for the novelty market, if you want to call it that. He got together a top-notch group of his favorite studio musicians. They got in the studio and cranked out this thing, Dracula's Deuce. It was meant to be in the style of the Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, all those car songs and surf songs and groups out at that time, capitalizing on that sort of fast-paced guitar rock, but then adding in that Universal Monsters creepy, spooky, kind of goofy mentality on top of it all. And it absolutely succeeds in its mission. When you look at this cover and you look at the songs and they're all slightly parody titles from the real thing, you kind of know what you're in for, but that predictability is so welcomed and comforting, and it's exactly what you want it to sound like. So for me, this album was an absolute treat. This is a brand new reissue on Real Gone and Capitol. Came out this year. It's on Pumpkin Burnout smoke pressing vinyl, which looks really great. I'll show you later on in the video. And limited to 2,000 copies, so go out there and find yourself one. And like I just said, with the predictability of it all, you do know what you're gonna get. Dracula is a hot rod cruising dude at night, going up and down the strip, showing off his car. Yeah, he's doing it. The rest of the monsters are working the night shift, digging graves. There's a song about that. And the little old lady from, you guessed it, Transylvania. We're going to start off with Dracula's Deuce, and not only is that title just funny on its own, but it's about his little car, his Deuce Coupe. It's exactly, again, what you'd think it would be. Look out, here comes Dracula in the coolest, spookiest hot rod coming down, Haunted Road Boulevard late at night with all the rest of the monsters watching, oohing and awing as he's got the coolest car in the world. Other ghouls? They don't stand a chance. Dracula's got the best looking, the best sounding, the fastest car in all of Transylvania. Look out. Dracula's theme, the next song on the album, is the only instrumental track on this album, actually the only track in general on this album, that actually sounds spooky and moody and eerie. This song plays with a lot of really great minor chords, and it definitely creates that chill in the air, crisp leaves on the ground, kind of a mystery about what's going on under this full moon, late at night feeling. Excellent guitar leads on top of some piano tinkling, and the drums are mostly bell heavy on the cymbals, which is kind of a cool dramatic effect, but it's an essential add to your spooky playlist for Halloween. It's the only song on the album that actually sounds kind of ooh, this is a bit eerie, but I love it. The little old lady from Transylvania, again, is exactly what you'd want it to be. It's sung from the point of view of this lady called Natasha, and you guessed it, she's got the fastest car. None of the other ghouls can keep up. It's injected with witch's brew, and it's got pipes that are so loud it can wake up the dead, and she's known as the sweetheart of the vampire crypt. Just a fun song that combines surf, car songs, Halloween. It just works. Weird Wolf comes up next, and I love this instrumental because it blends so many wonderful percussive elements together. You've got sort of an itchy sounding thing, some good bottom end to kind of ground the experience, but it definitely has that cold fall, chilly night feel, looking up to the moon and wondering what's going to happen. And oh man, it's Halloween soon, there's spooky stuff happening. They really encapsulate that cold autumn night. It's crazy how you can capture a feeling of a season in a song as in terms of the temperature. It sounds cold, Be True to Your Ghoul, obviously a parody on the Beach Boys, Be True to Your School, but musically doesn't really share that much in common beyond that. It's just about having your special ghoul by your side, and no other ghouls will do. This is the ghoul for you. There's some crazy lines on this one about pinching your eyes out, and Igor doesn't have to see, and Igor can get out of here, and tying him up, and it's Igor gets beat up on this album. Throughout a lot of these songs, Igor is getting put through the ringer here. What's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my ghoul? She's the terror of the cemetery. Side 1 ends with Shake, Rattle, and Rot. Classic name. But this one, the sound effects on this reissue are so crystal clear and so rich and so vibrant. And then you get the guitars and the drums kicking in, and you're lost once again in the 60s garage rock shuffle. And when the organ kicks in, it's just like the cherry on top. You know, and like I've said 1,000 times throughout this review, musically it doesn't strike any new ground, but you don't want it to. You like what it plays with. Monster Billy Heaven, I really love the steady drums on this one, and we're back to that Monster Mash-esque voice which kind of pervades this record, but in this one the monsters are all together and the lead singer is joining these monsters up into the deep, dark, black clouds, becoming friends with them and getting closer to Dracula than anybody else. At the end of the song, the guy wants to leave this scary situation, but is told by Dracula, it's just a dream. Blood and Butter comes up next, and wonderful song title for that one. Musically, it sounds like what would become the Monkees. It almost has like a Last Train to Clarksville guitar vibe to it. Maybe a little Pleasant Valley Sunday. The drums have some excellent rolls, and the percussive elements throughout the track keep your head bobbing the whole way through. I love this one. The Graveyard Shift, musically, I'd say is the closest thing to the Monster Mash. And, you know, obviously it's a play in the term. When you work the late night shift, you're working the graveyard shift when, you know, people would actually be digging graves and, you know, have bodies going the next day or whatever. But the job this time is undertaken by the Universal Monsters crew. The Mummy's there, the Wolfman's there, Frankenstein's monsters there. They're all digging up graves, just working late at night. Voodoo Juice might be my favorite instrumental on the record. This thing is such a charged up rocker. Super fast guitar on this one. You can picture the monsters all hanging 10 underneath a huge crest of a wave. Love the tom-tom drums that take over in the middle bit, and then when it kicks in to this super fast section at the end that just like really is charged up and sounds like nothing else on the rest of the record, you are absolutely locked in. This is one of those songs not to miss on this record, Voodoo Juice. Bela Be Good is a Johnny B. Good ripoff, and it's about Bela Lugosi playing his Dracula character in a bunch of those movies from the 30s, and that's what it's about. Bela being the famous vampire. That's it. It's a cool song. Coffin Nails ends the record, and it sounds like dirt being dug up, and the drums almost have what would be inspirational to Ticket to Ride. It's got that clunk, clunk, clunk kind of sound, which I think is really cool, but very groovy, very chunky ending to this LP, and I love the slidey guitar refrains and the fast picking that comes up once in a while. Overall, I love this album. It's exactly what I wanted it to be, and it delivers. Like, the whole way through, you are enjoying a Monster Mash-esque party. It's just fun. I love the killer instrumentals, the spooky but happy vibe of the whole thing. The only song on here that I said is like actually kind of spooky is Dracula's theme, and the rest of the songs kind of have that goofy party mentality to it, which I enjoy. But it would have been cool if there was like one or two more really creepy Dracula's theme-esque songs on here. But I also think having one is probably plenty enough, because people who bought this record were probably 12 years old and they want something fun and goofy with a vampire in the cover they can play at their parties. A second volume absolutely should have been made for this record. It's so good. And this reissue sounds absolutely incredible. It's clear, it's punchy, it's vibrant, all the right spots. And check out this pumpkin orange. Got like a smoky, dark orange. They recreated the Capitol label with a Real Gone logo on there as well. This is absolutely an essential record for your Halloween collection, not only if you're a Beach Boys fan because Gary Usher was behind the whole thing, just in general. It's fun, the storytelling is fun, it's spooky, it's goofy, it's exciting, the music is charged up, and it's expertly played and delivered. I really highly recommend this. And if you get a chance, you know, grab a copy of this new reissue, because the original ones go for crazy amounts of money now. If you can even find one, they're exceptionally rare at this point. So really thankful that the team at Capitol and Real Gone dug up the original tapes to make this album as special sounding as it is. So easily an 8 out of 10 for me. I truly love this record. The only thing I wish was different was slightly more moodier pieces, but you know, for a curio from the 60s, it is not to be missed. So there you go. My name is Giggens. Thank you so much for watching Dracula's Deuce by the Ghouls, Gary Usher. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this record below in the comments, and we'll start talking about some Halloween stuff here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.